Indiana Jones has always been a really exciting thriller type of movie, guys, and I've really enjoyed them since the very beginning of the Indiana Jones movies. And as time has gone, guys, there's been obviously peaks and valleys with this franchise, just like any other franchise out there. There's been some of the movies that are really great and then others that aren't so good. But at the end of the day, guys, it reminds me a lot, if we're talking more recently, it's kind of like an Uncharted, movie, except, of course, in, movie format, or an Uncharted game in movie format, I should say. But with that, though, Indiana Jones 5, guys, is going to be coming out, and I don't know if this is going to be the last time we're going to be seeing Indy or Harrison Ford as the famous character, or what the case might be with that. But what I want to go over in this first segment of the show is everything that we know so far about Indiana Jones 5. So let's get into it. In an article that, guys, was written by Cameron McEwen and Gabriella Gessinger of Digital Spy, it's not the years, it's the mileage. Over a decade has passed since the fourth Indiana Jones movie, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, debuted, and not to a rousing success. Despite this, in the dozen years that have passed, Indiana Jones 5 is on its way, though when is anybody's guess. When the project was being discussed, those speculatively attached were Indiana Jones stalwarts, a longtime Indiana Jones writer George Lucas, director Steven Spielberg, and star Harrison Ford had all spoken about joining up for a fifth film. But this was all speculative, and in the void, there was even chatter about a potential franchise reboot. Then in 2016, the fifth Indiana Jones movie was officially confirmed. And so that's 4 years ago, and we've yet to see the film materialize. Now look, if we compare this to other movies out there, guys, I mean, think about Avatar. I mean, that movie, the first one came out, and then, of course, years later, we've been hearing, rumblings that Avatar 2 was coming out, and now they're finally kind of starting to put those things into place, so we may have to wait a little bit longer until we get official confirmation of when this movie's coming out at the end of the day. What I will say about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is that, yes, guys, it was definitely probably the worst of the franchise. It's hard to say, I mean, it's all one of those things. It's, everyone has their own opinion, right? For me, though, I didn't think Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was that great. I just think that with Harrison Ford, as he's aging, I just don't think that, not that he's not a great Indiana Jones anymore. It's just that he is getting older, and it obviously shows in these movies, at least with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Part of me wonders if he needs to really pass the torch on to another character, or if, he needs to hang it up after Indiana Jones 5. It's hard to say, but we'll get into that more here in a moment. Lucas, also of Star Wars fame, obviously, may have created the whip-cracking archaeologist in all of the stories he was in, but this time around, he isn't involved in the movie. Originally, longtime indie director Steven Spielberg was set to join Harrison Ford for the fifth iteration, but now Spielberg has departed the project. He will remain as a producer, and it has been reported that Logan director James Mangold might take over in the director's chair. Despite the poor reception for Crystal Skull, its screenwriter David Koepp is back to pen the new film. So what I will say about that is, if James Mangold is going to be the director, guys, I'm totally down with that. I think that would be probably a really good partnership there. I think Spielberg, with any great director, I think that, with any franchise out there and a director who's been a part of it for a while, sometimes, guys, we've seen over time when new directors show their vision, sometimes those movies end up being even better than they were before. And I think that maybe it's just time that Spielberg moves on to just other projects, not necessarily Indiana Jones related. Now, when is Indiana Jones 5 coming out, guys? With all the changes, the release date was bound to suffer. Initially, Indiana Jones 5 was supposed to be in cinemas in July of 2019. Obviously, guys, that date is passed. The date was shifted back to July 10th of 2020, but even that didn't stick. Disney pushed the release back again by another year, once again, to July 9th of 2021. However, in the midst of the ongoing world situation, Disney has pushed the date back again to July 29th of 2022. For now, that is the date to mark in the calendar, but keep your eyes on this space because who knows what will happen. So look, guys, you got to take these dates with a pinch of salt. I say this all the time on the YouTube channel with all these movies that are coming out now or that are getting pushed back. You got to really take it for what it is, because at the end of the day, with the pandemic, if there's significant resurgences and things of that nature, we could very well see more of these movies get pushed back even further into later years and such. I mean, it really could happen. And so Indiana Jones 5, this movie that we've been waiting for a while, very well may, depending on where it is in the development process, very well we may not see it until maybe even 2023. It's hard to say, guys, but it has been getting pushed back a lot, which is really unfortunate. Now, it says in May, the script was given to This Is Us creator Dan Fogelman. That's 3 writers in 3 years, which doesn't bode well. Responding to his return to Indiana Jones 5, Cope said, "We're still trying. I think we've got an idea this time. We'll see." Sounds confident. However, Ford said things are coming along well, and he was looking forward to it. He also confirmed the movie would begin shooting sometime in 2020. He added, "We've got some scheduling issues and a few script things to do, but we are determined to get it right before we get it made." So here's the other question that comes into the fray, guys, is will Indiana Jones 5 even see the light of day? Will they just cancel it, say, look, we don't have a strong enough story, we don't have a strong enough finish here for, Indy or, Harrison Ford and his, maybe his conclusion? I would assume, guys, this is his last movie helming the character Indiana Jones. I believe that. It's hard to say. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. But at the end of the day, we might not even see this movie. It sounds like it's having significant development problems. It will be no shock whatsoever to hear that Harrison Ford, the man synonymous with the role, will be back in the hat one more time. Producer Frank Marshall clearly stated that the role would not be recast for the new movie. That's lucky, as Ford has said that no one else can play Indiana Jones apart from him. When I'm gone, he's gone. It's easy. Get it in your head. In terms of returning cast, John Rhys Davies told Digital Spy of his desire to reprise the role of much-loved Sallah, who first appeared in Raiders of the Lost Ark and then again in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Of course, I would like to do another one. He's a great character, but I'd have him do something meaningful, he said. So hopefully we'll see that as well, guys. Now, one of the other characters is back in 2010, Shia LaBeouf, who played Indy and Marion's son Mutt. Yes, he did. No matter how hard you try to erase this from your memory, was also involved, but he's not anymore. And so, as far as what the plot is going to be, guys, this is going to be simply speculation, but your guess is as good as ours. What will the MacGuffin be this time? Atlantis, the Bermuda Triangle, the Infernal Machine? One thing's for sure, there won't be any parallel universe hopping aliens involved. We know that this movie will take place after Crystal Skull and feature, as you would imagine, an older Dr. Jones. Ford commented on revisiting the character later in life, saying it's interesting to see it in a different light. It will be fun and a good thing to do. So, look, at the end of the day, guys, we don't know anything. It's going to be all speculation, and honestly, I want them to surprise me, but I think that they learned. I'm hoping they learned from what they did right, wrong, and what they can do different moving forward after Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out. And a lot of us just didn't enjoy the movie that much, guys. So I'm just hoping that they kind of learn from their mistakes, and I think they will. And I think that this will be a really solid farewell to the character. Now, when is the Indiana Jones 5 trailer coming out? All the delays mean that the trailer's a long way off, and with the continued uncertainty surrounding cinemas reopening, a teaser may also not come for a long time. So what I would say, guys, let's just say they're able to stick to the 2022 release date. I would assume you're going to see your first trailer probably late 2020 or at some point in 2021. They're going to want to start really kind of promoting it. I would say probably like at least a year out, they're going to start maybe promoting it, because this is going to be, if this is going to be one of the last ones in the franchise, it's going to be the last hoorah for Harrison Ford. I would assume that they're going to be promoting it pretty far out, but maybe not. It's hard to say. What will the Indiana Jones 5, what will it actually be called? No words as of yet, and it may be quite a while before the title is released. We discovered the fourth film was titled Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull some 8 months before the film's release, meaning we might not find out the all-important title until the end of 2021. And then, of course, guys, Indiana Jones 5 is released in cinemas on July 29th, 2022 as of right now. So, as I said, guys, I think that, there's a chance that this movie will never see the light of day. I hope it does, because I would like to see kind of a farewell to Harrison Ford as the character Indy. I'd like to see him pass the torch on to someone else, and then they continue the series moving forward. Maybe they should just let it go. I mean, who knows, guys? It's hard to say. I loved the original movies. I thought that they were so well done, and I enjoyed them. Like, I really did. I thought they were very well done. And I would love them to continue the series, but in a good fashion, in good way. I just don't know if it's going to see the light of day, guys. I really don't. It's hard to say at this point because of the pandemic pushing everything back, because of the uncertainty there. The other thing that pops in my mind is, would Indiana Jones 5 go directly to streaming services? I think there's a real possibility to that. It could be a title that they really try to kind of just release on, like, say, Disney Plus or something, just to release it out to the world so that people can watch it, and they may have better success with it on a streaming platform rather than that in a movie theater. It's hard to say. But like I said, guys, so many question marks here around this franchise, or around the continuation of it, I should say. What do you guys think about Indiana Jones 5? Are you guys excited about this title? Do you think they should just let it be? Let me know in the comment section below. And for more Indiana Jones 5 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.